Students and families, I'm going to show you how to access the e-learning materials for grades 1 and 2 at the Blue Academy. So my screen looks a little bit different than yours because I'm on a computer, but basically from an iPad, you would be looking for the Google Chrome icon for the app or the Safari icon. You need to click onto that to access decaturproud.org. Okay, so you would type in your decaturproud.org, and then you're going to look for where it talks about COVID-19 and updated information for e-learning. You guys are going to click onto that, and it's going to take you to information about COVID-19, but also the e-learning links. So for students in grades 1 and 2, all of their activities are going to be posted on the website. You will need to click the link that says MSD Decatur Grades 1 and 2 e-learning pages. And then it will take you to where the student access is. Now, from here, students are going to select their homeroom teacher's name. So for example, if I'm in Miss Harrigan's class, I'm going to click on where it says Mrs. Harrigan. At that point, it's going to take me to my e-learning for the day. Now, students, there's going to be information posted by your teachers each day that talks about how you need to complete these tasks during the day. It's important that you get on your iPads to do e-learning every day so that your teacher can take that as part of your attendance. Once you get past the information slides, you will start to see work that you have to do. And so currently, this is showing what day 4's work looks like for today, March 19th. This gives directions on what you've got to open on your iPads to do. So for students that are in Miss Harrigan's class, the first thing they're going to do is look for their Seesaw app. This is an app that they've used in their classrooms before. Students, you're going to click on the icon for Seesaw. Mrs. Harrigan wants you to complete what she has assigned to you on Seesaw. It tells you right here that you need to do reading weekly vocab. There's 2 different weekly vocab activities that were supposed to be done for this week at school. There's also a possessive pronouns activity that needs to be done for this week at school. There's also a reading comprehension piece. It says this is a test, so no parent should help other than read the words that they don't know. After you get done with your weekly vocab, your possessive nouns, and the reading comprehension, then you get to go to Epic. This icon shows you what Epic looks like. Again, this is something that the students have on their iPads. Students, you'll click into Epic. You get to choose what you want to read. It says work on reading for 20 minutes. Okay, so you could set a timer at home to keep track of reading for 20 minutes. Okay, next, Mrs. Harrigan has her math class assignments. For math, you'll go back to your Seesaw app. Mrs. Harrigan needs for you to do the Math Topic 12 Lesson 1. It looks like this. Okay, you'll see the purple screen. You'll watch the video. You'll complete the slides. And then you will put a green check mark 2 times to show that you've uploaded your work. In your Seesaw app, you also have a math test. You need to complete the math test for Mrs. Harrigan. Okay, on the next part of your e-learning day, it says for you to go to Zearn. It says zearn.org. It says here, please let me know if you need your student's username and password, but they should still know what it is. So this is something they've used before. Zearn.org is a website. The students can click right into this and it will open up on their iPads. Again, if you don't know what to type here, you need to talk to Mrs. Harrigan. You can email her at nharrigan@decaturproud.org, and she can give that to you. Okay, so they need to do that for 20 minutes, and then the last thing they're going to do is go onto their speed drill. This is an app that's on their iPads. For speed drill, they are to practice adding and subtracting facts for 10 minutes. They need a score of 20 or higher to move on to the next level. When I click next, it's going to show other work that needs to be done. This is for writing. Again, students are going to get into Seesaw. They're going to find the writing activity for March 19th. They're going to click on where it says Add Response. They need to follow the instructions and make sure that they submit their work. They do that by hitting Add Response when they're logged into the Seesaw app. You have to make sure your kids are reading through each slide because they're going to write something. When they get to the last page, they have to type the story using the T tool on the slide. Then they are going to click a green check mark 2 times, and that's how we know that they have submitted their work. Next, Mrs. Harrigan has a slide on phonics. The students are going to get back into Seesaw. They're going to complete the OO picture and sentence match activity. It says read each sentence, match each picture with the sentence to submit your assignment. They also have some instructions here where you can listen to them. That little play button reads the instructions to your student. Next is science. For science, you're going to complete this activity right here. It says upload a video of you doing the experiment to Seesaw. Then type what you saw happen. For this activity, you need sugar, a jar, some water, a string, and a pencil. It says tie string to the pencil and lay over the top of the jar to measure. Cut about 1 inch from the bottom. Mix 4 cups of sugar with 2 cups of water. Heat the water first and keep pouring in sugar till it cannot dissolve anymore. Pour liquid into the jar and wait 3 to 7 days for crystals to appear. You can add food coloring or flavoring to change it up. Now, because this requires some effort from parents and also some items at home, this has been marked optional. If something has the word optional on it, it means your student does not have to do it. This is just for fun. If your student does choose to do the experiment, they can go on to Seesaw to type what they saw happen. They can also upload their video. Mrs. Harrigan has included some breaks. Okay, so this break should be about 5 to 10 minutes. She has put different Go Noodle videos here. Your kids can click onto them to watch the videos. There's also a yoga video that they can watch. Or if there's something else that they would like to do for about 5 to 10 minutes to get away from their screen, they can. Okay, and that takes me back to the beginning. So for those of you who maybe haven't been on e-learning this week, you'll want to make sure that you go through and look at the different activities that have been assigned for the different days of the week. Again, remember that if there's the word optional on the page, this means you do not have to do it unless you would like to. For first grade, you really need to make sure that you're getting into your Seesaw app and that you're completing the activities that your first grade teachers have assigned to you. If for some reason you do not understand what you're supposed to be doing in Seesaw, you need to make sure that you reach out to your teachers. You can email them. Also, there's been some specials class assignments loaded into these courses. Your child will have to figure out what they have for the day. So, for example, if I'm in Mrs. Harrigan's class and I'm looking at our schedule for today, it looks like Mrs. Harrigan's class is split up. So let's pretend that I have a student in Mrs. Harrigan's class that really goes with Mrs. Quillen's class. Then I'm going to look at the blue because that's what this teacher has. Their color is blue. And so for today, Thursday, March 19th, they have gym. So my kid would do the gym activity. If my kid had a yellow teacher, then that student is going to do library for the day. L means for library. If my student's in a red class, then they need to do M, which means music. They're going to do the music activity for the day. And then lastly, if my kid is green for today, they go to STEAM and need to do the STEAM activities. To get to the specials, you click here. And this is going to take you to a new e-learning site. This works just like the other. For each activity, the student's going to click onto the link and do what it's asking for them to do. So let's pretend that my kids are at gym today. It says be active for 20 minutes. You can choose your own activities, whatever you decide to do. Remember to get your heart beating faster, sweat is good, and ask your parents first. After you've been active for 20 minutes, write down your activity on a piece of paper and have your parent or guardian sign it. Bring it to class next time I see you. So you can just have a piece of paper that you keep at home that will be used while we're doing e-learning. Here's some ideas. Students can do basketball, soccer, tennis, or baseball. They could just go simply play outside. Exercise inside. Maybe walk the dog or bike ride. When you're done with your e-learning activity for the day, you can just close out of the slide and it will take you back to your teacher slides. Okay, so again, this has old slides on it. For those of you who maybe missed the first day of e-learning or even the second day or third day of e-learning, this has all the activities. Make sure that you go through and you complete all your work each day. That way you don't have a lot of work to do on one day. If you get in each day for your e-learning, then that will help you. Mrs. Harrigan's also included important information for e-learning. These are apps that could be in replacement of daily assignments but can be used in addition if needed. So like your kids already need to be getting onto certain apps that you see here to do their work. But let's say you want to give them some extra things to do. These are some other ideas. Okay. Again, if you need any help, please reach out to your classroom teachers. And that should tell you exactly what to do for each day of e-learning. And eventually, if I want to go back to the very beginning, I can do that. Remember that today is March 19th, so if I scroll all the way back, it should take me to the very first slide that I showed you. Students can do this just by hitting the back button multiple times. Okay? All right. Have a good day.